Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have another color video. I know that it's Wednesday of the week. I actually specifically held this video because we're going to do a special color today. So Monday of this week, Dead-On came out with Dopamine, which is their new color change. That's the color that we're going to be doing today. I figured that I would kind of go through it, give a little bit of an overview, and then see where we get. This is supposed to be a green to purple color shift. So we're going to use purple flake and we're going to use green flake, and we're going to see where we get. Today we are shooting, we've got a big old 6-inch fluke with a pintail. This is actually an unreleased, it's a prototype mold, but we're going to be releasing it later this week. So we're going to shoot it in this. I figured, you know, what better way to demonstrate the different effects on this than with a big old fluke, right? Now, a couple of things. Typically, I don't use color shifts. There's a couple reasons for that. One, we're actually going to come out with our own line of color shifting liquid here very, very soon. Two, I think that the price to value ratio is not always the best. For this bottle, I mean, I believe this is like a 4-ounce bottle. It was $24.95. That includes $6.99 for the bottle, and then something like $12 for shipping or something like that. Or maybe it was like $18.95 or something. Yeah, that math doesn't work. But anyway, $18, $19, maybe even $24. I'm not sure. Oh, plus taxes and all that good stuff. It probably would have brought it up to $24. But for 4 ounces, that's, you know, $25 for 4 ounces. I don't really see the price to value ratio there. For less than that, you can get a pint of Chameleon from LureWorks. Now, granted, I understand that LureWorks doesn't have a bunch of color changes, but just to give you kind of an idea, typically I don't find much use for this. In retail, which is where we're moving, we have 9 retail locations. We actually just got picked up by a 10th. You know, in retail, it's, you know, things that take you a ton of time and you know, eat up all of your time and everything just really don't turn the best, you know, profit. And companies, stores, they want like the easiest thing they can do. So they want something, they want a catalog where they can just pick the color, like, hey, I want this pink, hey, I want this orange, hey, I want this, right? So they want it quick, they want it easy. And we're retail, almost entirely retail focused. So for those reasons, I don't ever really use color change. So I figured I would use this color change just because it's new, just to kind of give you guys something to check out if you want. They have a bunch of other colors, and they haven't really done so hot. There's one in particular, Blue Crawl, which we actually did a video on last week. Blue Crawl, super popular, super awesome color. And then they have another one called Kiwis, I believe, which is like a brown watermelon, also super popular. But they have a whole bunch of other ones, synthetic, Metal Mist, Smashberry, and I was just never a big fan of those. I just, you know, I don't think that the color shift is on point. And again, you know, I don't really use a whole ton of these. So, we'll be right back as soon as our plastic is ready. And I figured we would do one where we just did a straight, you know, I'll just no flake at all, just, you know, maybe 40 drops of this. And then we'll do one with purple flake and one with green flake, and we will see where we will get. Okay, we are back. We've got our plastic ready. And we got about a cup of plastic. We're going to do 40 drops, and we're going to see where we get. Alright, that is close to 40, might be like 41, 42, something to that effect. Alright, so first look from the cup, and maybe the camera is not showing. This looks like a very dark purple with a green tinge about it. I can kind of see the purple around the outside of the cup there. And as I spoon it up onto the knife, you can see that it's very purple looking. So let's go ahead and shoot this mold. This is going to be our no flake. We'll call it our control, I guess, just to see how it turns out. I just dropped a little on the desk there. We'll look at that in 1 second. All right. So this is the little bit that dropped on the desk. Looks like a very translucent purple. I'm sure once the light hits it, I will maybe see the green, but for right now it just looks like translucent purple. Put a little bit extra on top of the mold here, just so we could look at this. This is, again, very translucent purple. If there is green in it, I think it would be once light passes through it. So we'll go ahead and wait to demold this. I actually have a ring light, and I'll get that hooked up and we'll take a look at it, you know, with the light shining through it. Okay, we are back. This is off of the end of the injector, and I gotta tell you, I don't really see any green. I don't see a lot of green color shift. We had just a little bit over a cup. I know that their normal saturations are about 50 drops per cup. We did 40 drops, so I kind of feel like it should be a little bit, you know, saturated enough that I should be seeing some of this. I just don't see it right now, though. I'll tell you, in the cup, though, I don't know if the camera is showing this, but it looks kind of purple on the outside and like tinged green on the inside. Almost like if it believed in itself a little harder, maybe it could turn green, you know. So anyway, this is this ring light that I have set up here, and as you can see, if we put this under the light, I'm also not seeing any meaningful color change. Maybe a little bit there, kind of in the center. You can see a little bit of green there. And I got to tell you, I mean, this is some very direct light, and also brighter than anything that would get hit underwater. I mean, the sun is very powerful, very bright, but, you know, when we start talking about shining through, you know, 20 feet of water or 10 feet of water, you know, I just don't think that it's going to end up being this bright on the actual, you know, light that passes through. There's a little bit maybe right there. Maybe a little tinge of green you can see. So let's go ahead and open up the mold, and we will see where we are at. I've got our next one heating up. There we go. Everything wants to come out on this side. That's perfectly fine with me. Alright, so here we go. Brilliant kind of great purple. Really love the purple. You know, you can see the purple in the tails there. I do see a little bit through the body of the color shift. Pull a couple of these off here. I'm trying to get a good angle on this, and I mean, you know, the body looks darker. Like I said, just kind of a tinge of green. Doesn't look, you know, like I said, if it believed in itself a little harder, I feel like it would get ready to shift into green, right? I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It kind of just looks dark purple. We'll take a look under this ring light. And, let's see. I'm trying to find any angle where I see any of this green change. Maybe a little bit in the body here. And this is, you know, indirect light, so I'm not sure. The body might look a little green pumpkin and like purple, and then the tail is purple, of course. Try to put it on a white background, black background. Really, I just kind of see purple. I don't really see much of a color change, so to speak, so that's okay. We will come back. I think I have our plastic ready for our next shoot. We're going to put some green flake in there, and we're going to see where we get. I thought that perhaps the color change might be more visible if we weren't in like direct light, like under this ring light, but if I held it up to the light. So here we go. There's a good angle on it. Again, I'm not seeing any color change. I see purple. Oh, there's a good one. I don't see any green at all. So, we'll see here in a second. Like I said, perhaps some green flake will actually bring the color change out. Okay, we are back. I spared you guys the whole montage of the drops and all that garbage. We're at about 1.5 cups. I upped the droppage to 60 drops. So we are, what is that, like, if they do 50 drops per cup, we're 1.5 cups, so, we're right around that saturation level, probably, a little light, but shouldn't make a huge difference. So, let's go ahead and add the green flake. And I believe this is actually called Kelly green. This is the normal green you would buy if you buy flake from, this is like the default green, I guess you'd call it. Alright. I do see a little bit more green coming out. I think it's probably because of the green flake. Let's go ahead and shoot the mold and see what we get. I'll put a little bit out on top of the mold as well. Take a look at that. Just not seeing the green like I'd want to be seeing it. I see purple, which is awesome. It's a super good purple. I mean, it's like a, and then I see the green in there. It looks kind of like the Joker or something, that green and purple. Not seeing any color change, so to speak, yet. So once we demold this, maybe the green flake will bring it out, and we'll check it out then. Okay, we are back. This is off of the end of the injector here. Can definitely see some green flake in there, but if anything, I think it just made it more purple. I still am not seeing any sort of green shift, so to speak. Here it is under our ring light. Maybe a little bit, but I'm just not seeing any sort of meaningful shift here. And I have like a paint mixer type of deal that I made sure to put this on before I even started this video. So I know it's not an issue of it not being mixed well enough. I mean, I stirred that thing up like it was a 2-gallon paint bucket, so. This is a piece that was off the top of the mold. Again, all I see is purple. I mean, maybe I'm a little colorblind, but I do not see any green, so to speak, other than the flake. Perhaps that will be different when we open this mold up. Sometimes a bait, flake inside of a mold and everything can kind of look a little different than just a little blob you have on the outside of a mold. So we'll go ahead and open this up and check that out, see where we're at. Maybe a little bit of green, but I think it's just because of the green flake. I don't see any green, so to speak, in the change, in the actual plastic. We're batting 1 for a million here. That's what I'll say. I mean, this Maybe there's a little bit of green, but again, I think that green is from us putting the flake in there. I don't think that green is actually the change in a plastic. And typically that would happen when you pass light through it, right? Yeah, maybe that's a little bit green. Maybe a little like green pumpkin there. Okay. And you can see kind of on the tail there, it's still purple. So maybe we have a little bit of green pumpkin here. Just not very vibrant. And we had to use green flake to even, see this. So it was not present at all in the normal just base flake color, or the base, the base color. But there we go. That is the green. Next, we're going to do some purple, and then we will see what we get. All right, we're going to go ahead and take this and hold it up to the light. Maybe a little bit of green. Trying to get like different angles, like anything. All I really see is purple. I mean, there might be a little bit of green pumpkin in there, but I mean that is a purple bait right there. Okay, we are back. It did occur to me that perhaps my saturation was just a little too great. So this is exactly 1 cup. I did exactly 20 drops. I don't think that the first one we did, it was like, just a little bit over a cup, not even like a cup and a quarter or anything like that, like just a little bit over. We did 50 drops. We couldn't get any green. The next one was like a straight up cup and a half. We did 60 drops. Again, didn't get any green. So this is exactly 1 cup and exactly 20 drops. And I did misspeak earlier. So 4 ounces of this is $18.49. 1 pint of Chameleon from LureWorks is $20.20. So price to value ratio, I'm not sure exists, but it is what it is. So here we go. We're going to add some purple flake, and we are going to see what we get. Maybe this is the key for unlocking this color change that we have yet to see. Purple flake. I see like a little tinge of green, maybe. Let's go ahead and get this mold shot and see what we get. I did drop a little bit on the top of the mold. As you can see, I don't think that purple flake has done anything specific to bring the color out. If anything, makes it more look, on the mold at least, it looks more like a purple smoke. It'll be a little bit more solid like once it's in the actual bait, but we will be right back and we will see what we got. Okay, we are back. This is this little bit right off the top here. As we can see, this kind of looks like a smoke purple. Let's go ahead and open up this mold. See if this purple flake was our ticket to unlocking this color change that we have not yet seen. And I don't think that was it either, honestly. I didn't really think that purple flake would then cause it to be more green. It's typically not how color changes work, but now we can see. I mean, this is a cool purple. It's like looks almost like a smoke purple. Take a couple of these off. Maybe I'm just missing the color change. I don't see it. I do not see any green. If anything, in this tail is much lighter now. So there we go. Let's take a look at this under the ring light. Again, I see no green. There it is without it being on my hand. This is against a black background. This is against a white background. I see no green. So, there you go. We're going to come right back for last look, and we will actually take a look at all of these, and we'll just have, I don't know, a little bit of conversation after that. And for reference, we'll hold this one up to the light. Again, I don't see any green. I just see purple there. Okay, this is last look. These are the baits we poured in the order that we poured them. First, we had just a little sliver here over 1 cup with no flake. We did, what did we do, 40 drops on the first one? Or maybe 50, something. I think it was 40 drops. And I don't see any green. You know, we held it up to the light and everything. I'll put pictures that I took of these baits under the ring light and up against the light also, like probably at the end here, but or maybe after each color section. But I don't really see any green. Then we had the 1.5 cups. It was 60 drops, and we did green flake. Now in this one, it's kind of more like a brown. I don't see any green of note. I mean, maybe if I put it in the light like this, there's a little bit, but I think that green is coming from the flake. I don't think that green is coming from the actual colorant. Then we had 1 cup with exactly 20 drops, super light saturation, purple flake, and I don't see any green. So, you know, maybe I'm just a little colorblind or something. Maybe you guys can see something that I can't. But there you go. That is the new dopamine color. Is it worth it? You know, jury's still out. I mean, I think if you're, I don't know, a small garage bait maker and you're, you know, selling cool looking baits to your friends, I mean, yeah, sure, I think so. I can't really see, especially since, I mean, I didn't see any color shift, so I mean, I'd probably consider this color a failure, but, you know, I don't see that this would have a place in my rotation. You know, I do retail orders, you know, retail store is going to send me $1,000 order for 500 bags of baits, you know. I don't see that this would have any application in what I'm doing. You know, perhaps it might. If it does, you know, let me know in the comments. Certainly everyone's entitled to their opinion, but as far as I'm concerned, I probably wouldn't be getting this color again. This is not a color that I would put into production, and especially since we couldn't actually get the green to come out. So, there you go. That's just my opinion. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know down in the comments section. And as always, have a wonderful rest of your week.